Hello everyone, this is Palak Mehta, currently pursuing M.Tech from International Institute of Professional Studies, DAVV Indore. Today I am here to tell you about something called RMI, that is Remote Method Invocation. This video is part of our curriculum and this is guided by Dr. Nitin Nagar sir. Okay, so let's begin. Firstly, I will tell you what is RMI. RMI is basically an API that allows an object on the server side to invoke the methods on object running on the client side, that is on another JVM. Okay, so basically it provides the remote communication between two objects. In this video, I'll be telling you in detail what are the steps to implement the RMI. Okay, so first is create the remote interface, implement the remote interface, create server and client, compile the files, start the RMI registry, start the server and client. Okay, so let's start with the first step, that is create the remote interface. For this, I will make a new notepad file and make an interface here called public interface add I. This will have a method public int add, and it will take two parameters, say x and y. That's it. So we have created an interface, but we need to create a remote interface. Okay, not a normal interface. So for that, we will extend here remote interface. Now, since you have extended this ADA interface with the remote interface, by default the ADA interface also becomes a remote interface. Now, since we have extended the remote interface, we will have to import a package called java.rmi.remote. Okay. Now also this may throw exceptions, so we will write here throws exception to handle those. Sorry, not here. I'll write it here. Okay, save it. Now we will move on to the next step, that is implement the remote interface. Create a new notepad file. For implementation, the first thing which we need is a class. So we will write public class add C. This will implement the add interface. And this will have that method public int add, which will have two parameters, int x and int y. Now let's say this will return x plus y. Now again we will extend here the unicast remote object. What this does is it gives us the features of all the remote objects. Okay. Now, since we have extended this unicast remote object, we'll have to import a package called java.rmi.server.start. Now, we can easily handle the exceptions thrown by the add C, but for the unicast remote object, we will need to create a constructor. So now we will create the constructor of the class add C, which will take exception, and we'll write here the super whenever you create the object of the addC class, this constructor will be called. And when this constructor will be called, it will call the super method, which will call the constructor of unicast remote object. Okay, so that's it. We have created the implementation. Now save it and move on to the next step for making a server. Create a server and client. For that, we'll make a new notepad file. Write here public class server, which will have a main method public static void main. Okay. Now we will create the object of addC class here. Now what we need to do is we have to link this obj with the RMI registry. For that we use a method called rebind. Rebind, what this does is it assigns the caption to the object. For example, we have assigned add caption to the obj object. Now this rebind method is a part of the naming class. So we'll write your naming dot rebind. After all this is done, we'll write your system dot out println server start. Now since we have used the naming class here, we will need to import a package called java.rmi.start. Also this may throw exceptions, so we'll write throws exception. Okay, so that's it. We have created the server. Now we'll save it and move on for making the client machine. For making the client machine, again we'll create a class client, a main method in this. Arguments. Here we have to call that add method. Give like 5 and 4. Now we don't know its implementation, okay, because that is on the server side. So what we need to do is we have to make an object here. Okay, but again we cannot make an object of the add interface, okay, because it's an interface. So we'll write here. There is a solution to that problem, which is naming dot look. We cannot directly make an object for the add interface. So what this naming dot lookup does is it returns an object with the caption add assigned to it. Okay. So now, but we don't want an object of the class type of the addC type. We want the object of add item. So I will add. Okay. So now I will store this result in integer n and then print out addition is again we have used the naming class here, so we'll have to import the package java.rmi.stuff. This may throw exceptions. Okay, so now we have created the client machine also. Save this. Now I'll go to the command prompt for the next step, that is compile the files. Okay, so the command prompt, write so here on the command prompt I'll write java c start. So no error we got, that means we have successfully compiled all our files. Okay, now I will create the step and skeleton with the command RMIC add C. Okay, so now stubs and skeletons are generated. As you can see here, we have got .class files for all the .java files, also an additional file called stub add c underscore stub. Skeleton we cannot see because it is on the server side. Now we will start the RMI registry. So we will run this command start RMI registry. This registry has started. We will go minimize this, and now I'll start the server. For starting the server, just write java server. You can see server started. Now on another command prompt, I will go in my folder, RMI folder in which all the files are there, and here I will start the client java. So you got addition is 9. We got our desired output here. Now of course you can change the implementation and make the RMI program for factorial, accounting software, financial software, etc. Using these basic steps you can do anything. Okay, so that's it for the RMI. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, do hit the like button.